Buying a home is a monumental step, and while the excitement is real, there are some unexpected costs that could catch you off guard. As a first home buyer, when you're already fronting up such a large amount of money, you'll want to make sure that you don't get stung by any unexpected costs along the way. Beyond the purchase price, there are a few expenses that you need to prepare for. These include professional services during the house hunt, mortgage repayments, any ongoing fees, council rates, any repairs and any maintenance, any renovations that you may look to do, and then also the cost of furnishing your new home. In today's video, I'll be looking at things you need to factor into your budget during the house hunt so you can avoid any unexpected surprises. As always, feel free to skip around the timestamps to save time. Let's get into it. Let's start by acknowledging that while scrolling online and visiting open homes might be low-cost activities, there are crucial expenses to factor in as you transition from casual house hunting to serious house buyer. First on the list is getting professional assistance. A lawyer or conveyancer is a must to help you navigate the legal aspects and paperwork involved in a home purchase. They'll ensure that you understand the fine print and can even review auction documents before you purchase at auction. This usually comes at a fee ranging between $200 to $300. You can expect standard legal fees to range anywhere from $1,500 to $3,000 depending on the complexity of your situation and the home that you're purchasing. A lawyer will also help facilitate the withdrawing of your KiwiSaver if this is something that is going to be used towards your home purchase. Secondly, you might want to consider hiring a professional building inspector. Their expert assessment can help save you from any unexpected repair costs down the line. Inspection fees can range from $300 to $1,000, but the peace of mind is priceless. Don't forget to check out organisations like the New Zealand Institute of Building Surveyors for a qualified inspector. And lastly, remember to obtain a land information memorandum or a LIM report. You can get this from your local council. This report contains vital property information, rates, consents, and any land issues. The cost typically falls between $300 and $400 depending on your location. It's a smart move to ensure the information is accurate and correct before proceeding. Once you've found the perfect home, the next step is securing your financing. Mortgage repayments are a fundamental aspect of home ownership that you need to get right. A mortgage repayment is the regular repayment that you make to your bank for your home loan, and it's calculated as the total loan amount plus interest added on. First, estimating the mortgage that you can afford is crucial. Use a mortgage calculator or consult a mortgage advisor to work out what your potential borrowing capability is and also what your mortgage repayments are going to look like. It's always better to have a clear financial picture sooner rather than later. I would even recommend doing this before you start your property search so you know what you have to work with. A pre-approval can give you a good indication of what you can borrow and will also outline any conditions that you need to meet. Secondly, keep an eye on changing interest rates and what the market is doing. Keep in mind that interest rates can fluctuate. Banks assess your repayment capacity based on higher rates, so it's better to plan for potential rate increases down the track. Now, let's talk about the inevitable urge to renovate your property and make your home your own. However, doing so comes with its own set of considerations. First and foremost, give yourself some time to understand the property before you dive into any renovations. Research the time and costs associated with the improvements and make sure that you set a realistic budget. Remember to include a buffer of around 10 to 15% to handle any unexpected costs that may come up during the renovation process. If there's a long list of jobs to tackle, prioritize the ones that are going to have the biggest impact. Insulation and heating are great places to start. Improvements to the kitchen, bathroom, and outdoor area like your patio or deck are going to add real value too. If you're in need of some extra funding for your renovations, have a chat with your mortgage advisor. Sometimes the banks have deals going depending on the type of upgrades that you're planning. For example, at present, some of the banks have deals going at a 1% interest rate for healthy home improvements. Believe me when I say the temptation to max out the credit card and bring those Pinterest mood boards to life when you're furnishing a new home are strong. But there's no rule that says you need to fit out a home with furniture the minute that you move in. In the long run, it's going to be a far better idea to sit down and work out what you actually need before you go and have a spending spree. My husband and I waited 3 months before we got couches in our new home and conveniently managed to get them on sale. It took us almost 8 months to get a dining table as well, which we happened to get secondhand off Trade Me. The sale and purchase agreement that you signed when you purchased the property should include the listed chattels that will come with the property. This is things like the dishwasher, stove, light fittings, and potentially curtains that will be included in the sale. Sometimes if you're lucky, you might even pick up the fridge or the washing machine. Now, if you're on a budget, take it as a chance to think laterally. There are plenty of great bargains to be had on places like Trade Me, Facebook Marketplace, op shops, and even some of the furniture outlet centres. Take your time with this, get just what you need, and remember that later on, you can always upgrade to better furniture. When you make it into your own home, you should prepare yourself for a series of ongoing bills from the minute that you move in. Factor the following into your household budget so that you don't get caught out. As a homeowner, council rates are probably going to be your biggest ongoing expense. The fees go towards maintaining public infrastructure, services, and facilities in your area. These are things like roading, rubbish collection, stormwater drains, maintaining public parks and reserves, and also our local libraries. Rates will also vary a little bit depending on where you live. If you jump onto your local council website, you can type in your property address, and this gives an up-to-date rate figure. Rather than paying in several lump sums, you can opt to make regular repayments via direct debit. This can help make things a little bit more manageable. If you buy an apartment or a unit, you'll need to factor in body corporate fees. These help cover things like the upkeep of the building and facilities, insurance, and also power used in the common areas. Before you buy, do your due diligence on what the body corporate fees are and also how the property is run. For existing apartments, we'd always recommend reading and also getting your solicitor to read the latest body corporate minutes. These may highlight any ongoing maintenance issues or repairs associated with the property. Given that your house is probably going to be the biggest purchase that you ever make in your life, you'll want to make sure that you, your family, and your biggest asset are protected. Home insurance is always required by the lenders as part of your finance, and you might like to consider getting some personal insurance in place, such as mortgage or income protection, to make sure that you're covered and your mortgage is going to be repaid in case anything happens to you. I'd recommend speaking to an insurance advisor to get an estimate of what these costs might look like. I do have a great contact for an insurance advisor for personal insurance, so if you'd like his details, feel free to reach out and I can pass those along to you. The last thing on our list today is maintenance. Now, even if you're buying a brand new property or building from scratch, as the years go on, your property is going to need a little bit of TLC. It's easy enough to keep on top of the little jobs yourself, but big things like roofing or exterior painting, you may need to call in some professional experts to help you. It's a good idea to plan for these extra costs early on and start squirreling a little bit of money away so that you're prepared for when these things do come up. Now you know all about the extra costs that come with being a first home buyer and you can get yourself prepared. A big part of home ownership is learning to balance the cost of repaying your mortgage with all the other costs that come with owning a home. I'd recommend you set your budget accordingly and have separate accounts for all the different costs. Now, if you've watched till the end of this video, make sure you drop me a little house emoji down in the comments. If you found this video helpful, you might like to check out my next video coming up, which is all about home deposit requirements here in New Zealand. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.